Hello and welcome everyone to the Gold and Silver Club presenting the Commodities Corner by myself, Phil Carr and Nick Kelsey. Right, so the live session today will of course be covering a review of the commodities markets this week. We shall be covering our top trades of the week. We'll look at live technical analysis and trading. We'll be identifying highly profitable trade setups. We'll look at the week ahead, so the key events looking forward, and of course we'll be answering any questions you may have as well. So before we get started and look into the technicals, just a quick bit of background on the Gold and Silver Club. I am Phil Carr, professional trader, trainer and speaker. I'm the co-founder and director of the Gold and Silver Club. I specialize in teaching people how to make money from trading the most lucrative financial markets in the world. So gold, silver, oil, natural gas, the agricultural commodities. I train thousands of individuals to become independent traders and successfully manage their own investment portfolio. And I'm responsible for the research and development of the Gold and Silver Club trademark strategies that have a proven track record of generating returns for traders. Also a regular contributor to a number of financial publications and speak at numerous trading seminars, webinars and workshops. Joining me in running the Gold and Silver Club is Nick Kelsey, professional trader, investment analyst and speaker. Nick began his career within private wealth management in 2002 before making the transition into proprietary trading. Prior to co-founding the Gold and Silver Club, Nick spent several years coaching professional fund managers and traders internationally for some of the world's top-tier hedge funds and investment banks, and through his first-hand relationship with some of the world's most successful traders, discovered the formula, mindset, and tools that can give any individual the definitive edge to trade in any economy. Also regularly writes for a number of global business and financial publications who have appeared frequently on financial television. So that's just a bit of background on the Gold and Silver Club. Looking at the gold price. So we've been in shorts the last couple of days on gold, and we've just actually come down to hit some key profit target areas. So gold's currently trading at $1,205 per ounce. So it's circa about 9 months at the moment, 9-month lows, and silver has also been taken down this morning, just shy of $17 an ounce. So we've got lots to cover technically on today's webinar. Silver now at 4-year lows again just this morning. So very exciting times to be trading commodities. We'll take a look at that very shortly. Before we do so, we'll have a look at the top trades of the week using the Gold and Silver Club signature trading strategy. So those top trades have been as follows. First of all, last week, towards the beginning of the week, we had a lovely sell opportunity with the wheat market. Very simply, a full trade for the price to be lower, selling at $4.93, so $4.93 a bushel. And very simply, the price did come much lower, and we had a nice winning trade. We also had a lovely sell short opportunity on corn for a full trade for the price to fall lower than $3.37, so $3.37 a bushel, and we came down, hit our profit target, and again a nice sell short opportunity. And also last week we had a lovely sell short on gold, which has continued to give us sell short opportunities this week as well. So the full trade there was the price to be lower, selling at $1,220 an ounce. You can see we've sold off significantly over the last week, but this was a very nice profitable day trade as well. Okay, so we'll get straight into it. There's lots to cover, lots of technicals we can take a look at. We'll be using the rise and fall trades on binary.com. So very simply, if you select rises, you win the payout if the market exit price is strictly higher than the entry price. And if you select falls, you win the payout if the market exit price is strictly lower than the entry price. Okay, so those are two types of trades we shall be looking at. So what I'll do, I will share my screens with you. You'll see those very shortly. And we'll take a look at the markets and see what setups we have available. That we have just broken out now today again to 2-year highs here with the US dollar. So we've had an incredible move, incredible run so far with the US dollar. In fact, there is additionally a lot more to go to the upside here. We've got next key levels above just at 86.69. In fact, the next major level is going to be above at the 90 level. So the US dollar index is really just continuing to ramp up over the last 2 months or so. And this is putting a lot of pressure on gold and silver at the moment. Each pause that the US dollar index is having at the moment is just breaking out higher at the moment. We're seeing pauses in the markets, which then just spur an additional breakout to the upside. So let me show you the gold market right now. So this is the gold market. We were looking at this also on last Friday's Commodities Corner, looking at sell short opportunities. Essentially, we've continued to stay within this downward trending channel. Okay, you can see the market broke down again. We're following a staircase stepping pattern with gold right now. Okay, so it's continuing to rise up to the resistance channel, break down, rise up to the resistance channel, break down, and we continue to sell off. Now you can see actually we're finding some support here right around the 1200 zone. We've actually hit our take profit zone at the moment for gold in the short term, but if we can break down next key levels below 1191 and the 1180 level, could provide some really nice sell short targets here. You can see this very clearly where the market is just continuing to bounce off around the 1204 level. We've hit our support zone and we're waiting for the next move here. So gold will definitely be one to watch at the moment for a break of the 1200 zone. You can see silver here broke down nicely today, finally broke through 1732. In fact, the market is sold off quite substantially. The daily low of $17.08 an ounce. So we're now testing 4-year lows here for silver. We can see breaking down. It was really on the cards, to be honest. We've got a very strong downward trending channel. 1732 was providing some support. There wasn't really much for the market needed to do here in order to break down. We can see you've got a nice break of support. We'll come back to that and we'll go through any potential setups. Also, the natural gas market at the moment is still following a very strong trend channel here. Just on the daily, you can see natural gas. In fact, we just update the contract here as well. We're continuing to break out to the upside at the moment. Yep, here we go. We've actually come up all the way to the upper end of this resistance channel. So you saw the price was just hovering around 4.015 there. I've just updated the contract and you can see that trend line is still in place there. I haven't just drawn that on. That was already in place and the market is actually finding resistance right at that level. So at the moment, natural gas is certainly just tending to ricochet between support and resistance. So we may see a temporary rotation here back down to the lower end of the trend zone, which would take us back to around 3.865 and just continue to build momentum here just to the upside. You can see the market is slowly grinding up. We've got higher lows, higher highs here, and we may just see the market continue to rotate higher and ultimately come back up and really take out some of these previous swing lows here. So we're doing quite well. The market is at the moment, it is a new 2-month high here for natural gas. You can see we're starting to break out quite nicely. We've got this consolidation zone at 4.154 just to break out next. But it's been a nice little move here over the last few days. Looking at the wheat market, wheat has just been consolidating over the last week. We've had some really nice sell short opportunities on wheat over the last 2 months. Now you can see this consolidation zone we're in at the moment. So what I'd like to see on wheat now is essentially just a breakout of this consolidation, ideally within the overall major trend, which we be for a sell short. You can see key level of support below at 465.46 for us to break down. We've got resistance here just above, which is at 483. 70. So I want to see either a breakout or a breakdown, ideally a breakdown just for a continuation with the overall downward trend. Similar situation with corn at the moment, although corn weaker right now. We're looking for additional entries to sell short corn right now. We've come back up to resistance level just today, again at 325.40. We'll be looking for opportunities to sell corn short again. In fact, let me just break it down, look at some different time frames. We may have a sell short opportunity on corn, actually. I will come back to that setup. We could have a sell short actually that's starting to develop quite nicely off a trend line and a weekly support here. So I'll come back and look at corn. Let me just put that to the side. Looking at the oil markets right now, again, just continuing. This is where we were on Friday. We're just continuing to consolidate within this trend channel. You can see actually we've come up to the upper end of the trend channel, tested that. We may get a rotation lower here. I'd like to get a little bit more confirmation. Let's just have a look at the tighter time frames here as well. There you go. Perfect. So we've got a nice inverse hammer here, which is developed right at the resistance zone here for oil. So we'll be taking a look at that shortly. I think that could be another setup for us here on the Brent crude oil. Also looking at WTI crude oil, had a nice breakout this week above the 94.17 level. You can see still consolidating between 89.54 up to 96. Region is the major consolidation zone really over the last month here. I'd like to see a clean breakout of 96 to take us out of this downward trending channel, or for continuation, a break below 89.54. So that's not quite ready for a trade at the moment. Copper, again, copper just staying within this consolidation zone as well. We've got a very nice trend channel on the copper market. We've got a downward trending channel, which the market is really respecting a lot. We can see the market did retrace up to 3.0622 just earlier on this week and today as well, but only to sell off again. A lot of strength in the US dollar at the moment, providing a lot of weakness in the metals. Let's have a look at palladium. Palladium's had a really nice large breakdown in the last week or so. We can see here actually on the daily for palladium, where we're really starting to pick up some momentum. Again, nice staircase stepping pattern here where the market is rising, selling off, rising. Each time it rises, each swing low is lower than the previous swing low, so it just can't get any sort of breakout from this downward trend at the moment. We can see that quite clearly on the charts here. Each swing high is unable to break above the previous swing high. So for the time being, palladium looking quite bearish. I think we may actually have an opportunity to sell short palladium now as well. I'll put that to the side. Palladium, of course, now available for us to trade on binary.com. The coffee market at the moment, yeah, we're getting a little bit of weakness on the daily here for coffee, but for me, we really need to see a little bit more confirmation. Got quite a clear little trend channel. The coffee's starting to form here as well, so this will be interesting to see if we just get a move back down to the lower end of the trend channel here. You can see this is starting to develop on coffee and platinum as well. Let's have a look at platinum. Yeah, platinum also looking quite weak here on the daily. Hasn't sold off as significantly as gold, silver or palladium today, so that could be overdue a move lower here. Okay, good. Right, let's just take a look at some of these setups then. The first setup, which is really looking to break down further here, we've broken through major support really for palladium at current price is 775. It would naturally gravitate to the next key support zone, which would be 750 on the chart. So palladium, great market to be trading. Let me just show you that on binary now. So you can now trade palladium and platinum, which are great additions to binary.com. So very simply, you just go to start trading. We'll be going across to commodities and we'll move over to the metals. What I'll do, I'm going to keep the palladium chart on the screens for you now. I'm very simply just going to log out and log back into binary at the moment. Just bring back palladium and platinum. Bear with me 1 second as I do this. Okay, what we shall do here, because the palladium and platinum, we can trade them also through the energy sector and just get overall exposure to the metals just via the indexes at the moment. So we're not able to get those up right now. So what I'm going to do is just trade them via the metals index. So very simply, we go to the metals index and you can see the overall picture of the metals today. Essentially, we're looking very weak here across all the metals sector. So we've got a very strong upward breakout at the moment on the US dollar index. Is putting pressure on gold there, which has had a big sell-off. We've got pressure on silver, which has had a big sell-off here. We've also had pressure on the copper market, which is, you can see, looking very bearish at the moment, as well as also going over to platinum, which looks ready for a sell-off, and also palladium. So what we'll do, we'll just take advantage of this overall momentum and we'll just trade it via the metals index. Okay, so very simply, we'll put a trade on for a sell short, and that will give us overall exposure to the metals index. So we're going to go for a purchase price here, $1,655 an ounce for a payout of $3,000 an ounce. Okay, so I'm going to go for that metals index, metal sector, for the price to be lower over the next 4 hours. So all I need is the price of the overall metals index, palladium, platinum, copper, silver, gold, all to be lower over the next 4 hours. Okay, so I'm just going to go for a short. That's an 81% payout and 1,655 deposit for a $3,000 payout. Okay, perfect. So that has been done. So we'll just continue to go over the additional setups here. So oil as well. We've got a lovely setup on the Brent crude oil market right now. We've just retested a major trend line here. You can see that just providing resistance. We've got a nice inverse hammer which is developed right off that trend line. Just looking here for a rotation back down to the lower end of the trend channel. So again, I will just be looking for a trade this time for Brent crude oil. So I'll go over to commodities. And we'll actually go and take this as a sectors trade. So the energy sector is what I want exposure to, and we want to go for crude oil. Get best price. So I'm just looking for the price to be lower here for Brent crude oil again over this afternoon, over the US session. So in the next 4 hours, if the price of Brent crude oil closes just 1 pip lower, I will win the entire trade. So again, just showing you here, nice downward trending channel that we've got on Brent crude oil at the moment. We've come back up to test the upper end of that trend channel. Got a nice inverse hammer which is formed around that zone, and we're looking to take the market just back down here to the lower end of the trend channel. Okay, so looking for a move back down to key support here around 95.71. Okay, so that will be taken for a sell short. So we just get best price. We're looking for $1,655 a deposit for a $3,000 payout. Okay, perfect. So that has been done. Now we'll move over and also look at the corn sell short. So corn I do like as well. Corn has come right up to the upper end of the trend channel here. Again, nice downward trending market that we've got. Again, we've got a nice staircase stepping pattern, very straightforward to trade these. We were looking for rejection off this downward trending trend line here, and we've also got a rejection off a key support level 325.39. So this rejection candle would signify that we could get lower prices here. So we'll just again be looking very simply on corn for a sell short. So I'll take that via we'll go via the agriculture index for this. And we'll do this via corn. Okay, so again, we'll be looking for a sell short. So I'm looking for a price to be lower. Just needs to finish 1 pip lower over the next 4 hours, and we win the entire payout. So purchase price of $1,655 per ounce for a $3,000 payout. So I'll take that on corn as well. In fact, I need to go slightly ahead on the contract here to 12 o'clock GMT. Okay, good. So that has now been taken. So those 3 top trades really with exposure for a sell short on the metals and also a sell short on Brent and corn. Those are the key setups that we're seeing right now. Definitely today, keep the metals in firm focus. They are looking very lucrative indeed. We could really get some explosive moves over the rest of this week. Of course, as well, on Friday, we have non-farm payroll, which is going to be a major market mover. We'll be covering that with you in the afternoon, the post-non-farm payroll news. So do make sure you join us for Friday's Commodities Corner 2. And with that, let me just talk you through the major announcements that we've actually got coming up over today and tomorrow as well. Okay, so the week ahead, we'll just go over the 3 top announcements that you need to look out for on today, Wednesday and Thursday. So first of all, this afternoon, which could provide some volatility at 3 p.m. BST, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, we have the U.S. consumer confidence. So consumer confidence measures the level of consumer confidence in economic activity. It is a leading indicator as it can predict consumer spending, which plays a major role in overall economic activity. Higher readings point to higher consumer optimism. So a higher than expected reading should be taken as bullish for the US dollar, while a lower than expected reading should be taken as bearish. Then Wednesday, tomorrow, the 1st of October at 3:30 p.m. BST, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, we have the US crude oil inventories. That data reports the number of barrels of crude oil commercial firms have in their inventory. Commercial firms report those inventory levels to the Energy Information Administration on a weekly basis. A higher than expected reading should be taken as bearish for crude oil prices, while a lower than expected reading should be taken as bullish. Then Thursday, the 2nd of October at 1:30 p.m. BST, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, we then have the US initial jobless claims, and that data measures the number of individuals who filed for unemployment insurance for the first time during the past week. So it's the earliest US economic data. Week-to-week numbers can be volatile. A higher than expected reading should be taken as bullish for the US dollar, and a lower than expected reading should be taken as bearish. Okay, so those are three major announcements we need to watch today, tomorrow, and on Thursday as well. And of course, we'll be covering post non-farm payroll announcement with you on Friday afternoon too. Okay, so do take a note of those three major announcements. And of course, if you would like to learn to trade the commodities with the Gold and Silver Club, you can find out about courses which are available at our international training centers and online. Very simply request information on the Gold and Silver Club coaching programs and live trading room. You can go to www.jointhegoldandsilverclub.com or contact us on 0207 193 0403, our London office, or I'll keep the New York, Johannesburg, the Budapest and Hong Kong numbers are just on the screen there as well, which I'll leave on for you. And of course, make sure you subscribe to our newsletter. You will get free weekly reports on the precious metals, energies and agriculture, as well as live market analysis and prices. So do make sure you take advantage of that too. Okay, so with that, I shall leave these details on the screen for you. I wish you a very good trading day, and we'll definitely catch you back here for the Friday's Commodities Corner after non-farm payroll. Okay, all right, great stuff, everyone. Take care. That's it for today's Commodities Corner, and we'll see you on the next one. Cheers. Bye-bye.